Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, 8 races to take a look at here in the Quaddie League is an absolute cracker.
Yes, it is indeed, Adam. Welcome to our viewers. Yes, the last 4 legs on the card are all black type events. The first 4, of course, should not be dismissed. They're all good races as well, especially the first one, the juvenile race. Looks to be a very, very handy little race.
Yeah, some full fields which I'm looking forward to analysing with you. Let's take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with first. The Mooble Rail is out 9 metres, some light winds expected. Perfect weather for racing here in WA, 23 degrees, nice and comfortable, so expecting some very good races throughout the day. Let's get straight into it and start analysing all of these. We'll start with race number 1. It is a 2-year-old event over the 1100 metres, and as I said, a full field, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out, and the barriers will be a big key.
Indeed, Adam. Let's go straight into the replay of last start runner-up, My Demi.
Them Heart of Heart booted nicely clear, didn't like Ibiza at all. It looked absolutely gone, and as they went by the 200 metres mark, Heart of Heart showing the Persuader is well clear. 2.5 lengths to the good of My Demi, who's sticking on pretty well, but Heart of Heart showing no real signs of stopping. He's getting a little weary now late in the race, but this youngster here by Schnitzel, too good.
It's a really nice performance here by My Demi, because I think Heart of Heart is going to be a very nice galloper. I think we saw that on the occasion. You didn't want to be out in front, and it just was able to win by a length. But I thought My Demi attacked the line strongly. I think the 1100 metres is ideal, and as I mentioned just before we went to the preview, barriers are going to play such a big part here, and there's a few that I like, but just have a bit of a tricky gate. It should be able to jump nicely and get in the perfect position from barrier 2.
Yes, you might say the colt got its own way last up, but it'll get the same favours here with the visors on. Adam, number 2 for mine, Colourful Charade. It trialled really nicely for Wally Mitchell. Aaron Mitchell rides here, taking off 1.5 kilos. I just really like the way that this horse burnt the candle at both ends and still had plenty left at the end.
Yeah, there was only 5 in this trial, but this horse just flew out of the gates, was then able to relax, and Aaron Mitchell almost let them catch up before he said, "I'll just show you again how good I am," and pulled away over the final stages. It was hard to sort of analyse how good that run is going to be because of the lack of pressure. I think we saw that during the week, even with some trial form, just not holding up when there is that speed in the race. But I think this gelding's got a bit of class. We know the Oratorio runners run early, and I know that the team have a very good opinion of it.
Number 7 there, Soundcheck. You may have seen the mare before. Jetsini is, of course, the dam of the river. So Soundcheck is a half to the river, and his trial was very, very nice when he made up ground. Something that we look for in 2-year-olds, Adam.
Yeah, that's definitely the key from what I took of this galloper. It just sort of had a really nice cruising speed, but when William Pike just led a little bit more and said, "Off you go," this horse just ate them up very quickly, and it was River Rest in the end, the way that it attacked the line. Now, with William Pike being suspended, Paul Harvey takes the ride here. I think this horse can definitely win, and that's the way that I'm going to be tipping from 1, My Demi, 2, Colourful Charade, and 3, Keeper Keen.
I've got the 2 on top, Colourful Charade, ahead of number 1, My Demi, number 4, Media Baron, and the 7, Soundcheck.
Race number 2 at Ascot over the 1600 metres, a 72 plus event, and Mark, there's not the same numbers in this field, only the 9 runners to take a look at, but there's a handful, especially up the top, that are very hard to separate.
Still plenty of quality, Adam. Let's have a look at the last start equal runner-up performance. PARNHAM and Star Exhibit dead heating for second.
Around the corner, Scales of Justice, he wobbled away, or did he get there by design, but he finished up about 5 away from the fence. Star Exhibit's got up on his inside, PARNHAM getting up on the rail. Star Exhibit and Scales of Justice stride for stride. Harvey went for the whip, Scales of Justice, Star Exhibit, they went to the line. Scales of Justice did just a bit too.
It's a good performance by both of the gallopers on this occasion. Scales of Justice rolled off the fence, as you could see there, and they decided to go the inside, and as you mentioned, a dead heat. These two have battled a fair bit in recent times, and for mine, I'm leaning towards Star Exhibit in this race, just because it does get a 1.5 kilo swing on PARNHAM with a claim to Clint Johnson Porter. From barrier 1, should be able to sit just behind the speed and work into it. So I don't think there's too much between them, as we've seen there with a dead heat. So as I said, for mine, that weight swing now, 1.5 kilos, is a big difference.
Yes, I've got PARNHAM in my numbers, but with no confidence, because it looks like he might have to lead this field up as well. There's no natural leaders, and looks like they'll go a very, very slow tempo in this race. Adam, another one there, number 3, Outlaw Pete. You only need to look at the track distance record and the distance record. This galloper loves 1600 metres, the mile. Jordan Turner's claim helps, and second up is very, very good.
Yeah, as you mentioned, those stats are very good, and then you only have to look as far as who it finished behind last start as well, and that was Tradesman, beaten 0.8 lengths. We've seen how those form lines now are holding up. Has had 2 runs second up for a victory and a third, 3 runs at the track and distance for a victory and a third. The blinkers go on here. Jordan Turner's riding well. Barrier 4 should get the perfect run and has a very good turn of foot.
Adam, you're on top selections.
I'm going to go with number 4, Universal Law. It comes from that Tradesman form lines as well. and I think will just jump out of the ground here. From 3, Outlaw Pete, 1, Star Exhibit, and 6, PARNHAM.
I've got the 3 on top, Outlaw Pete, for the reasons mentioned. The blinkers go on as well. Number 1, Star Exhibit, the 4, Universal Law, and 6, PARNHAM.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It is a 72 plus event over the 1200 metres. A good field here, and Mark again, the Cerise and White look to dominate.
Yes, and there will be the replay horse again, a Cerise and White runner. Number 3, State Solicitor. Let's have a look at it winning first up.
He's got them really off the bridle, chasing Lenience at the 300, about 2.5 lengths. State Solicitor, who's picking up the bridle now, and he's running on brilliantly along the rail. It's State Solicitor quickly looming alongside of Lenience. He's got him now. He put pay to him. State Solicitor draws away, and he'll make it 5 straight, and a great return by the son of NOXIOUS. State Solicitor.
It's a really nice performance here by State Solicitor going into the race. I think it won its last few races by combined margins, about 14 odd lengths combined. Just absolutely dominated as it stepped through the grade. This was the biggest test yet, and I thought Brad Parnham rode Lenience really well. The only way that horse was going to win was by skipping away and hoping that State Solicitor either got caught or couldn't run on strongly. Now, he made up that ground comfortably, and going back and watching the replays, it was really comfortable. There was not much it had to do to get past them, and then you take a look at some of these form lines and analyse the weight swing as well, and I just see State Solicitor winning again.
Yeah, the only thing for mine is barrier 11, but as you mentioned, Adam, they've decided to stick on this 72 plus and ratings path, go through the grades, and then maybe next year the likes of a Winterbottom. But from barrier 11, I can see him being caught out wide, which spells a bit of trouble and will be his biggest test to date. The stablemate there, King River, is another one who will get back along the inside and will have to have a little bit of luck. Glenn Smith aboard there. Adam, Let It Slip for me looks to map very well and be close to the speed. She's been slightly unlucky, but it looks like she'll get the perfect run here in transit from barrier 5 and looks to be a real danger after running 3rd to State Solicitor last start.
Yeah, massive positive for King Rivers going up to the 1200 metres, but bar plates are on there, so we definitely have to take note of that because it was scratched last week with that foot injury. Let It Slip was beaten 3 lengths by State Solicitor and gets a 2 kilo swing, so there is a lot to like about the galloper. It's drawn nicely in barrier 5 as well, and I think there's enough speed in it that it will get its opportunity. Look, I've got it in for second, but I find it really hard to go past State Solicitor. From Let It Slip, number 5 King River, and then 2 Lenience.
I'm going the 6 on top, Let It Slip. I think it can knock off the 2 Peters runners. Number 3 State Solicitor and 5 King River, and number 2 Lenience in for 4th.
Race number 4 at Ascot. It's over the 1400 metres. Again, another intriguing affair. Big Caroline has been in really good form. PINZU raced nicely at Bunbury. And again, Astronomite will get its chance. And this looks to be a much more suitable race.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Astronomite from last start. Running second there behind Meteoroid.
Away, She Rules All, Meteoroid. They put about 3 lengths on Astronomite. Torino excellently, Distant Memory. Meteoroid coming at She Rules All, going to the 150. Astronomite running around in behind them. It's Meteoroid hitting the front from She Rules All, and now Astronomite. But Meteoroid's holding Astronomite. Meteoroid scored by a neck to Astronomite.
It's a good performance here again by Astronomite. It's something that I spoke to you about off air last week about this galloper. And I think a lot of people would be disappointed. They look and they go, beaten $1.70 favourite and beaten a $2.05 favourite, but I think the runs have been really good. This horse has just indicated that it wants further than the 1200. It's as simple as that. It gets out to 1400 metres now, and I think that's a massive positive. Then you add the 2 kilo claim as well, which is another big positive. I don't see it being beaten in this race.
Yes, I don't think it was disappointing at its last 2 starts. Maybe the price it warranted disappointment, but that's the only reason I think. Barrier 1 looks to get the superb run, and 1400 metres just suits, as you mentioned, Adam. Of the rest, I can't see too many troubling it, but we do have number 3 PINZU there, who ran a nice race behind Cracker Vision last start at Bunbury. Was slightly unlucky on that occasion. Should run a nice race. And our mate Al, the money came for it first up, and it duly saluted on Melbourne Cup Day. Yeah,
PINZU's a really nice type. It has a good second up record as well. The bar plates go on here, but we've seen the Durant and Miller stable do that a fair bit with these type of gallopers. 2 kilo claim is nice, and as you said, was held up. And our mate Al, well back last start, Graham Ballantyne gave us a great insight into this galloper and how much pain at the backside it is really. It has a lot of issues with this galloper, and Jared Noske's aggression really helped. It will be running on strongly as well, and was a nice performance when winning at the track and distance last start. But as I said, I think Astronomite's one of the better bets of the day. It's on top for me. From 3 PINZU, number 6 Hopetown, and 1 Big Caroline.
Yes, I follow you in there, Adam. I've got number 2 on top, Astronomite. From the 3 PINZU, number 1 Big Caroline, and the 7 Candlelight Star.